I'm going to show you how to adjust the e-brake in my first generation Chevy Cruze. If you have disc brakes, you can disregard this step, but if you have drum brakes, you're going to want to make sure they're properly adjusted. Like on this truck here that has drum brakes, there's a rubber protector back here. You'll get a screwdriver and you'll click it till your tire starts to grab. Now there's plenty of videos on YouTube on how to adjust drum brakes. Just find one of those. They're all basically the same. I myself jack the vehicle up, take tire off, take the drum off. Then you'll adjust that clicker a couple times. I put the drum back on. About the time when that drum's hard to take on and off, there's a little groove that'll wear in from the shoes rubbing. That's when I call it about good. Doing that will also tighten up your brake pedal. Now these e-brakes are supposed to be self-adjusting. So to force it, we're going to hold the button down and just basically try to do that. Push the brake pedal in while the car's running. Do the same thing. It should, you'll see the mechanism when we get into it of how that should have tripped it. You're going to go ahead and remove 4 center console bolts. They're 7mm. 1, 2, 3, 4. Use a magnet, pull that screw out. Alright, this is going to slide forward. There's a little lip here. You should be able to pull that up. Should be just enough slack to get that, and you can just rest it right there. 2 more 7s, 1 right there, 1 right there. So starting with this open, start to push this rear till it pops. You're going to have to close it a bit. Then this bottom should pull out. We got our cigarette lighter here. We're going to have to unplug. If you take your hand, watch, there's a lot of sharp shit in here. I can still pull this mechanism back. Okay, so I got playroom, and it's not like it's not pre-locking the e-brake. Okay, there's still some play. All right, we're now going to adjust the e-brake. You're going to pull up on your e-brake. You're going to hold this back here. Now when you let go of your e-brake, hear those clicks? That's the e-brake getting tighter. So now you might have a lot more than I did. Mine's pretty close being adjusted. So now there should be a lot less play in. With the car jacked up and you can spin the tire freely, you might have an assistant. Go ahead, Ryan. He's going to pull it up 2 clicks. So at 2 clicks, I can feel there's a lot more pressure. 3 clicks, it's really getting tight. That's about where you want it to start grabbing. Not a bad idea to get under the car, check your e-brake cables out too. Make sure they don't look damaged. Check for operation. I'm going to go ahead and put a little oil on this stuff here. Just make sure they work good. Check both sides. Everything should go back together fairly simple, not a ton. I used a long flathead screwdriver to hold these wires out of the way because they were hitting on the bottom. Just a little tip if you encounter that. So just pull that e-brake up, hold that T connector forward, let go of the e-brake, you're going to hear it click. That's really all you can do to adjust these things. It's not a traditional screw. I hope this video helped. Please like and subscribe. If you have a question, leave a comment. Thank you. Ultimately, if you've tried all this and it still doesn't adjust right, if we look in our manual, we can read under parking brake, these models use a self-adjusting park brake cable system which does not require any adjustment. So best of luck.